सलाम मेरे अजीज पंखों।
After 3 days, they was sitting on corner of the room, the only spot where he find peace in Jungkook's house. They was loading Jungkook for the day he got to know about Mr. John Deal. Jungkook was bringing food for him daily, but in reality, he was only come to meet Taeyang. He was trying to best to make him happy. After seeing hearted in Taeyang's eyes, Jungkook stopped talking to him. He was regretting his decision to kidnap him. His love and affection for Taeyang was not any kind of drama, but the way he had to get his was definitely unexpected. They were still on the room when the listen of the sound of unlock the door, which indicate Jungkook enter in house. Jungkook, come, have dinner. Jungkook delivered the short sentence in a small tone. Being angry, they ignore him. Jungkook huffed at his stubbornness and grit his teeth. He was enraged due to the argument at house. His father again slapped his mother just to show his manly power on a helpless lady. But Jungkook forbearance give up and which give birth to a new argument in home. Theon does not test my patience. Have dinner. Jungkook shouted, which rage making poor Theon's heart pound. They shivered with the voice because Jungkook never shouted on him. Jungkook again regretted his deed. Taeyang's eyes filled with tears. They wiped his tears with the back of his palm and looked toward the food, then glared at Jungkook who was sitting in front of him. Jungkook, have food. He ordered this time. His tone was not as angry as before, but Taeyang's small heart was already flirting with fear. He silently lifted a mussel, and soon as the food hit his taste bud, his eyes were filled with tears. They were too spicy that he could not handle it. He looked at Jungkook to tell him, but his angry face already frightened Taeyang. Sniffed, he left another morsel to his mouth and drink water. Jungkook was also angry, so he decided to have dinner with Taeyang. After glaring at his watery eyes, he ate the first morsel, which made his tongue burn. Taeyang, they looked up, and water present in his eyes made it wade down to his teeth. You having this spicy food and not even telling me? This time he scolded him, but not with anger. Taeyang took another sip of water and Jungkook put food away from his reach. Jungkook, why are you eating if you can't? This time the glove and slowly downcast his gaze. Jungkook, Taeyang, I am asking something. He asked with anger. Tae, I was feeling afraid to tell you. After all the break his silence and Jungkook sighed with looking away. Jungkook, never do this again. You don't have to be frightened of me. If you have any problem, then just tell me without any hesitation. Okay? He said and Taeyang just listened. Jungkook, go and take rest. I order food for you. They nodded and his order and made himself stand while Jungkook dialed a number. After some 20 minutes passed, but Jungkook was not come in the room, so they was feeling a bit comfortable. On the other side, Jungkook heard a knock on the door of the house. Opening the door, he let his friend enter the house. Jungkook, why are you taking this long? Jaehook, your father, trustworthy man were roaming in this area. I was making sure that they didn't see me. That's why I took time. Jaehook informed and Jungkook was shocked. Jungkook, how many people were there? Jungkook's question was short, but he was surrounding worried by them. Jaehook, maybe 50 or 20. Jungkook, I think your father has idea that boy is here. Jungkook listened to his friend and thought for a minute but shook his head. Jungkook, other than you, no one knows about him. It's impossible. Jaehook, you and me both know very well that your father could spy about the condition of inside the grave. And Taeyang is just a normal boy. Jungkook felt worried after hearing that and was quite angry with his friend. Jaehook, if father gets to know about Taeyang, he will kill him, will not he? Jaehook asked and Jungkook shook his head. Jungkook, that is a small punishment. If Appa will find Taeyang, he will throw him in front of those men who were searching him right now. His life was not be less than a hell. Jungkook explained. Jaehook sighed and took the leave. After locking the room, Jungkook stepped back with food, but he was surprised to find Taeyang standing on the doorway. He was listening to their convo. There was not eardropping, but in that situation he was cursing to know everything happens around him. Will he kill me? A tear dropped from their eyes. He was the same Taeyang who prayed for his death, but when listened about the same, his heart felt a different fear. Jungkook, no one can harm you until I am alive. Jungkook tried to assure Tae, but his honey brown eyes dropped two more tears. If you want to kill me, then kill me at once. But don't torture me anymore. I don't done anything wrong with anyone. Then why? They left the sentence in between with a small sob. Jungkook placed the food on the other side and took a step closer to him. Jungkook, Taeyang, look here. He cupped Taeyang's face in between his hand. They sniffed and lifted his wet lashes to see him. Jungkook, you are my husband. It's my responsibility to protect you, and this is your home. You're safe here. No one will come here. After assuring him, Jungkook removed his hand from his cheeks. After a long moment, they forgot to blink because there was something in his statement which gave peace to his restless heart. But what was the magic in this word? They didn't know. Jungkook, now don't cry. Jungkook cleaned his tears with his first finger. Jungkook, okay? He asked lovingly, and they nodded, casting his gaze down. After many days of his kidnapping and forced marriage, they took a proper tour of the house. The house was locked for many years, so it was not clean, except one room in which Taeyang used to live. The remaining house was covered with dust. After spending more hours cleaning, they didn't leave a single inch of house dirty. But that made him tired. Changing himself in another pair of clothes. After taking shower, he takes some rest. Suddenly they heard a rumble of the main door, which shivered him, which thought that it might be Mr. John. He was Jungkook. He was shocked to saw the condition of the house, which was now looking like a house. But more than the home, their dull face and ready to flow eyes surprised him. Jungkook, what's wrong? I feel scared, they murmured, and Jungkook noticed tears in his eyes, which made him restless. I'm home. No need to frighten. I'm with you, and you're safe here, okay? Jungkook spoke softly, but still his voice was holding his manly and overbearing tone. Somehow Tae was confused. He ordered him to take rest, and Taeyang nodded. Jungkook sat at a distance. He was holding a smile while seeing his husband. Tae was wearing a sky blue colored dress. He wanted to keep gaze at the perfect example of beauty present in front of him. As his husband, only he knew how his heart whenever he see Taeyang, but uncomfortable Taeyang was unable to find love in his eyes. After some time, Jungkook entered the room and held Taeyang's arm. Jungkook, come with me. They, but I'm doing. They tried to say something, but his husband was not in the mood to listen. Jungkook, do that later. Jungkook replied without even listening what he wanted to say. Jungkook was hurriedly put there with him. They was feeling a different fear, whichever next step he wanted to think that might Mr. John got to know about him. That's why Jungkook was hiding. What happened? Why are you taking me? Soon their small journey ended at the garden. Jungkook lifted Taeyang's arm. Jungkook, see. He smiled at Taeyang and looked there, placing his hand on the mouth. He gasped, but smile took while stepping ahead. There was many fireflies dancing on the air and spreading the light in the dark night. Fireflies, do you like them? Jungkook asked, and Taeyang turned around to nod it, and a big and innocent smile on his face. They, very much. Fireflies bring message of happiness, which themselves, Jungkook said after standing beside him. They looked up, the look toward the sky with a sad face and thought that I don't have happiness in my fate. They really the question and waited for him reply. It seems like Jungkook answered with the bright future. Jungkook, yes, really. Jungkook whispered while blinking his eyes, and they smiled with the assurance. First time in those days they were smiling. Jungkook was watching the reflection of fireflies dancing in his eyes and tried to conclude which creation of nature was more eye-catching. His husband, who was spreading the light of love in the dark night of his heart, and those insects which was brightening shine in the dull night. Unfortunately, choosing one was a difficult for him. Jungkook, what's wrong? He asked, and they saw him. You said that fireflies bring message of happiness, right? They tried to confirm, and Jungkook nodded. They are going back. They muttered. They were only fireflies for him, but a ray of hope in his tragic life.